So yes, Mike is not here, as you all know if you've been following the show. He's got his dream job as and I know it sounds like a joke, but like no, I'm like it's nice he got a job that's like great for him.
Yeah, it is.
It really is like a listener said when Homer gets a job at the bowling alley.
It is like that.
He's working at some laser tag, but he may be here later. But it might be a good thing that he's here because I meant to talk about this last week, but we didn't get to it. Only just recently, I bought weed for the first time.
Like, how else did you ever get it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't get it twisted. I've smoked weed before. Although even then, I didn't smoke weed until I was like 19 or something like that.
That's about probably when I smoked it the first time.
But the thing is, I've only smoked weed. Yes, I've I've been at parties or even just hanging out at a friend's house and they smoke weed, so they'll like roll a blunt or pack a bowl or something like that.
You're talking like a real stoner. You know all the terms?
Yeah, exactly. Or, for back in the early days of Jim and them, when we used to also have Hour of Nonsense during the week, they would smoke a lot because they're stoner rapper dudes.
Those guys love drugs.
So I would smoke then, but it was never a thing where I was like, I'm going to buy weed. I'm going to do this. But you know what? I'm a little fucking choach boy now.
You are a real choach boy now?
Not really.
Certified choach boy?
I mean, I'm not smoking every day, but it's like weed is legal here in Nevada now. Like having under an ounce of weed is legal, and I voted for that. By the way, I voted for it.
Me too.
So.
We're on the right side of history.
Yes, yeah. Unlike Mike Steele, I respect his opinions, but he's also very much. You know that version of yourself in 5th grade at dare class when you're like, drugs, my man. And I'm like that to a point. But like with weed, it's like it's hard to even really take a second look at weed.
Yeah, I'm not into drugs. I don't smoke weed at all, but it's like it doesn't really hurt anybody in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that person who's like a little too into it. But like there's that person with everything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You get a feeling that person would be a little too into whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily like weed's fault. Don't blame the weed. Blame that person.
Yeah. Did you buy it legally or
Nah. Well, I mean, you can't do that yet because the slow motions of, bureaucracy or whatever the fuck.
Those lines are going to be intense the first day they open too because it's supposed to be soon. It's
they're going to be intense.
I
don't know. They probably won't. They probably won't be intense.
Boo. They probably. I mean, it's very sunny outside, Jim. You'd be surprised. People do not want to damage their skin.
Well, they're definitely trying to fast track it, but yeah, like fucking red tape and all this bullshit takes forever. Getting licenses and all that. Originally they were like it probably wouldn't have been until next year, but they're trying to get it going. Where I think it's like in July they want to set up the medicinal places that are already ready to go to just accept regular people coming in to buy weed or whatever.
Yeah.
And, we all have those times where you're just kind of like, I can't sleep or, I feel like I have kind of like anxiety going or whatever.
Yeah.
And you always hear, and maybe it's pop culture is turning on us because pop culture is always like, hey, weed does wonders. Look at this kid. He never even saw his mom before until he smoked weed. Oh, no. Look at this retard having seizures, and then look when he smokes weed, he doesn't have seizures.
He can flip a perfect pancake when he smokes weed.
Yeah,
the Down syndrome just disappears.
So yeah, you always hear all this stuff, and you start thinking like, "Hey, I want a piece of that. Give me a little piece of that shit." But I feel like such a fucking noob. Like I should already have known all this stuff. I should already be doing this shit. So I'm the fucking old nerd that's like. Watching YouTube videos on how to like put weed in a
at Jeff's house. I remember you were asking
yes.
Kevin some like questions. You're like, how much am I supposed to buy?
Yeah, no, yeah. I was trying to be sly. I was trying to be like sly with it, but I was asking noob questions. Like I never even knew what a grinder was, and I saw Jeff with this thing all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And
I still don't know what that does besides the gay dating app.
It gets it nice and ground, Kristen. Gets it nice and fine, so you don't have to like pick seeds out or all that other shit, or pick the buds out or whatever the fuck.
I guess. I don't know enough about it.
Well,
because
when you have weed, it's like a thing. You always see it in a movie. Someone takes a record out and they're like breaking up the weed on the record.
Or like on Weeds when they would be going through it. Yeah.
Nowadays, you don't have to do that. You just put it in this grinder, twist it up a bit, nice fine weed.
Oh,
and then what I also learned is that, I got a nice gold grinder. Don't even worry about me. I'm fucking styling and profiling. But then there's another cylinder underneath that gets what's called the keef. And I don't even know about the keef yet. I just know it's going to take a while to get a lot of it, and it's supposed to be fucking dope.
Is that like do you smoke the keef or do you bake it into things?
I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't watched the tutorials that far on the keef.
I think once it's legal, I'm probably still not going to smoke it, but I might go buy some edibles at some point. Like I feel like that's more my speed. Eat a nice snack and relax.
I was more into edibles. I had bought edibles for myself, so I guess I had bought weed before in a way. Because I was about that especially when I was hanging out with E-Doc a lot, because he was doing the bakery and making like Rice Krispie treats and fucking brownies and all that shit and the cupcakes and stuff. Jason Killing's in the chat. Keef will fuck you up. Yeah, I'm waiting. I can't wait. I got a little keef in there. It's going to take some time. I'm going to build that keef up, though.
You got to become a big-time star. Do you have an extra room in here that you can just turn into your hot box room?
Well, my work office is my weed room. I don't smoke while I work, though, but it just happens to be the same room as my my weed room.
Huh. I don't want to like deter from the topic too much or one up you on the I'm a fucking grown up who should know how to do this.
Yeah.
My mom is a hairstylist, and she's always cut my hair. I had one haircut not by her when she was sick, like a while back.
Oh, weird.
But she recently like broke both of her arms.
Holy shit! How did that happen?
She fell, and she's on some medicine that from when she was sick before that kind of like made her bones a little more weak.
Sucks.
But that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
The bigger concern in all of this is that I don't know how do I even find a hairstylist, Jim? Because my mom with the broken arms can't cut my hair. How do I even? Who do you? Because with a woman's hair, you can't really just walk into.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like you're asking the wrong. Because I'm a bloke. I'm a bloke over here. So, I mean, my thought is you go to Supercuts. I guess you still could. But I don't know, like with women hair, I don't know what you're supposed to ask or what you're supposed to say.
Well, and plus, like my mom growing up as a hairstylist has always been like, don't go to Supercuts, like
yeah, I could see that.
Like when a chef is like, don't eat at that restaurant.
Yeah, I could. It would make sense too, especially if you're getting your female haircut, because with me, I'm like, just give me like a fade on the sides and trim the top. There ain't really much you could do there.
You could fuck this up a lot. You look at these fucking luscious locks, Jim.
Yeah, but still, you have your own style, and I'm sure like they overcompensate at Supercuts when a female comes in, and they're always like, let's do a perm or let's fucking do this and get this product in there.
Highlights?
Yeah, let's put some curls and fringes on the end or whatever the fuck.
And that's what I'm terrified is going to happen. I'm going to go in there and someone's going to burn half my hair off with the fucking flat iron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she must have a recommendation at least then, right?
Did
she work at a
people,
place?
She hasn't worked there for a while, and here's the twofold. This is I used to be really, really skinny, and the lady that owns the salon my mom used to work at is Vietnamese.
Yep.
And she's very, very like stereotypically like. One time I had zits, and I was probably like 19, and she's just like, "What's wrong with your face?" And when I went in there, and so like the last time I saw her, I was probably like 60 pounds lighter, and I know the second I go in there, she's gonna be like,
gonna say
"Oh,
something.
why you get so fat?" Why you get so fat? What you doing here? So I'm so terrified to go in there.
Oh man, yeah,
so
it's
scared.
her. She said she's what, Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her fiery Vietnamese ethnicity. She doesn't have a filter. She's like Drax or something.
Yeah.
She's from Guardians.
She is. She's like a little Vietnamese Drax.
Real quick in the chat from what who was saying it earlier, it made me laugh. Oh, yeah, Sailor and Loon in the chat. Jim's going to parties to learn how to smoke weed. I mean, I know how to smoke. I just don't know how to do it on my own. I just don't know how to handle. I don't know how to handle that shit. Usually, it's already nice and prepared. It's like I've been going to fancy restaurants all my life, and now they're like, "Here's some bread and meat," and I'm like, "What the fuck do you do with that?"
You were the 1%, and now you're just a regular dude.
Well, and the thing is, the thing that I found, which is better, and I get why people, because I never really fully got why people like loved weed, and I don't know if I'm there. I'm not in a full on romance with weed yet. But whenever I was with people, I would always just, they'd keep passing around, so I just always smoke it. But then you get so high that I like can't do anything, and I'm always like, this kind of sucks, dude. But now that if I can smoke by myself, it's just I could take like a couple hits and get like a good high going, and I'm not like fucked up, but I'm like, I get it. This is what they've been talking about.
This is the golden spot.
Yeah, and someone was in the chat too. They said, Dev on the chat. Then there are kids in the back of my bus in 7th grade smoking weed. That's true. These kids are probably like way well versed than I am. I'm a fucking noob ass bitch. I know I'm a noob.
That's how I feel when I'm playing a video game and like somebody's name is like Killer 656, but they're just like beating the shit out of me. I'm always like, some little kid is way better at me than at being me than me.
Yeah, I went to like a smoke shop. And I like bought my first pipe and all. I was like, oh, look at me.
I was gonna ask if you went with the pipe or the bong.
Nah, I think a bong is too like stoner.
I think a bong is very. I'm in college.
Yeah, too like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, or just Jay and Silent Bob. Who's on the line? Oh, whoops.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had you muted. Go ahead. Start again.
I said, well. I was berating you.
Oh, yeah.
It is two normies talking about pot.
Dude, tell me about the key.
No, can I say how proud I am right now as like your weed father?
The weed father.
Dude, teach me about the key. Although I don't know if I can trust you, Jeff, because when we were at your house, you were licking the blunt and then sticking weed to it like a weirdo.
Yeah,
I don't think that was
You're like, I invented this new thing. Look at it.
I don't think that was a cool thing.
I mean, that's just more weed to smoke, bro.
Yeah, but it makes no sense and it looks ridiculous.
How does it make no sense? That outside burns too.
Why didn't you just put more weed in the fucking blunt?
Because I was already rolling it, and this was the leftovers.
Oh, gotcha.
Why'd you
Oh my
save it for
God!
the
I
next
can't
one,
believe
though?
I'd be given the 5th degree by a little choke baby over here.
Well, dude, I had to learn about the
I'm
grinder.
already tired of weed. Weed doesn't satisfy me anymore.
Well, dude, what about the shake? Kevin's all about the shake, right?
No, shake is trash. He just gets it because it's cheap. I hate it. I hate it so much. And I hate grinding weed. I think grinding weed is the suckers. Burns through all your weed real quick.
Yeah, but if you're using your fingers, aren't you getting the sticky icky off on getting it all on the THC all on your fingers, bro?
Oh, well, anyone that smoked pot knows you rub that right into your eyes.
It goes straight into you.
Next time you do that, just rub it right into your eyes. You're getting fucking so high.
It sounds like you'd get pretty high off that.
Yeah, it's just right onto the pupils. If it starts to itch really bad, that means you're high.
Well, dude, I was looking at, because I don't want a bong, but I was looking at this bubbler pipe. But
Same thing. It's just like,
but
you're just not accepting that you have a bong yet.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was like 160
but it's
bucks.
actually easier.
Yeah.
Don't spend 100 on anything other than a bong.
But this is all like a stylish looking. What was it? Let me find it real quick.
Jim, if you ever step foot in a Spencer's, I'm gonna defriend you.
I mean, I've been in a Spencer's before. Look at this stylish pipe.
I can't wait till Jim's all about weed culture. He's wearing like Mountain Dew shirts and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I'm in on like the hipster side. Look at this stylish pipe. Any listener want to buy this for me? $160.
Don't buy it for him.
Yeah, no, buy it. Come on.
Don't do it.
Dude, look, it looks like it's something you just find in your kitchen, like a nice, cool, like kitchen utensil, except it's a bubbler pipe, bro.
It does kind of look
like
nice.
a flashlight or a flashlight that looks like a beer can or something.
Yeah, it does kind of look like it could also be a sex toy.
Oh man! So how much did you buy, Church Daddy?
What did I buy?
A
quarter? Did I buy a quarter?
A gallon?
What? Goddamn! Fucking stoner.
Well,
Must be nice.
But part of it was like because I didn't want to seem like too much of a noob, where I wasn't gonna be like, give me an eighth or whatever. I was like, I'll get 2 eighths.
I get eighths all the time.
Yeah. For some reason, I was like,
so yeah, you're out coaching me.
Oh well, because that's the because that was the main story I wanted to tell, because I talked to Antics and he hooked me up with his dude who's like kind of right in my neighborhood. But it was just weird because it's like, hey, this is my dude Steve-O or whatever, and here's where he lives.
So come over.
Of course, his name's Steve-O.
Yeah, so I had to like just text this stranger, and I'm always concerned when I'm texting people about weed that they're gonna be like, "Don't fucking say weed in the text, bro." The Wire. Have you ever seen The Wire?
Yeah, I would say when I text people for Coke, I say Kevin Love, like the white basketball player.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
over.
nice.
Do we get that Kevin Love on the bench?
So yeah, I was just kind of like, hey, Antics. I'm Antics' boy Jim, and I was trying to like, let me see if I can find it real quick because I was trying
Who
to.
the fuck is Antics?
I was just concerned with it sounding like I knew what I was talking about because I was like Googling shit beforehand. So
Hello, sir.
I'll buy some pot.
Do you have that
'cause
keef?
I asked him about strains, like I knew anything.
I feel like that was probably he probably knew immediately that you did not know what the fuck you were talking about.
Well, because
I'll take. Do you have any chronic? Can you? I was with Cameron once, and he asked Pun, "Do you have any chronic?" I'm like, "That's not a type of weed."
yeah, and I was like, "How much for a quarter?" And he said 70. I mean, I don't know if I'm being ripped off or what. Is that bad?
No, it's. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's good.
Wait, is it bad?
For a second, no, that's good. 70 is good. It's like 8 should be like 40 or less. So you're looking up.
Yeah, so then I'd be like, yeah, do you have different strains? And he's like, I got 2, and they're both OG. So I had to like Google that, and then OG's like Kush.
You're like, 1 second. That sounds dank.
And yeah,
he's like, are you a cop?
And
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
OG, because I've heard you talk about this, Murph, but I really didn't know. Like, because yeah, it's either you get it like high THC or high CBD, and then one's more like a chill, and one's more of like a. Go ahead.
Yeah, I only know indica and sativa. Indica will make you sleepy. Sativa will make you more awake, but still sleepy because it's weed.
yeah. It's basically like, and that's where the THC and whatever come in, and like OG is basically a Kush, which is basically like a hybrid. I learned all this.
OGs, when you grind them up, you're gonna want to snort them.
Yeah.
Just as one thing I wish I knew when I was new, you want to rub it in your eyes and snort it.
So I just had to Google that real quick, know what he was talking about. And then, then I just like drive up to this stranger's house. I'm like, all right, I guess this is this guy's house. I had to knock on the door. He was so confused at who I was and what I was doing there.
All right, well, I got to go, but I just wanted to call in and say congrats on you and Kristen being stoners.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you know me.
All right, later.
Bye. I do think it's funny we're both wearing Disney T-shirts. And we're like Disney T-shirts sitting in a suburban house talking about weed.
Devin in the chat, got some devil's lettuce.
Do you know my friend Mary Jane? Can she come over?
That bubbler does not look like a butt plug. You're out of your mind, chat room. Needs to use tinfoil, never buy again. I heard tinfoil's bad though. I heard that's like smoking meth or whatever. So I had to knock on this dude's door. He was definitely confused at who I was, and I had to be like, I texted you earlier. I'm Jim, Antic's friend. He's like, oh yeah, I already got it ready for you. And like he like went in his house, and what was nice is that he's just a dude that's about business. And plus, it's like I don't know him, so that's good. Yeah. You always hear stories about like when you go to buy weed off your dealer, and he wants to like hang out and chat for a long time. I don't want to do any of that. So I gave him the money, he gives me the weed. And then like an idiot, I almost like, not that it really would matter, but I just like had weed in my hand and I was ready to just like walk out. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I should put this in my pocket. That's right. Put the weed in my pocket.
You just put it on the dashboard. Time to go. Better stop at the grocery store real quick.
Yeah. So then, it was nice, smooth, easy transaction. And then I had to go to the smoke shop, pick up a nice glass pipe. Spoon pipe? I don't fucking know.
Spoons? Are you doing heroin?
I was just like, I like this one. And the guy's like, nice choice. Well, I'm sure it wasn't a great. They're all the fucking same.
Yeah, they're going to say nice choice.
He started saying some shit about the glass or whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
This was actually blown in Milwaukee.
And I do noob shit as well. I'm sure this is really noob, but even on a pipe, I wanted like a screen for it. Because some people are like, oh, you use like a bud to block it. So like, it keeps it so you're not like huffing in fucking weed, like it doesn't fall, like weed that gets small enough to fall through the hole.
Right.
But I use screens, but everything I read online, everyone's like, oh, only noobs use screens. Don't be a fucking noob.
It's okay, you'll get there.
But I'm like, nah, I got glass screens. I don't give a fuck. I'll noob status all the way. I don't even care.
Man, what were we doing? We should have kicked off the show getting choached.
Yeah,
so
getting
then Mike
choached
can
out.
come in and be like, what's happening?
So then, they got my grinder and grind up some weed, pack a little bowl, smoke it a little bit, and like, there you go. There you go. Then I'm like, let's smoke a bowl, watch American Gods. There we go.
Did it get any better when you smoked after?
And actually, the beginning, it was way better. And then it was either because I was high or because I was getting less high. I was like, this show sucks. Show sucks, dick.
So I'm happy for you, but if you start listening to Jeff's rap and thinking it's good, it's gonna turn into concern. Not like Jeff's music he makes, but the type of rap Jeff likes.
Yeah, well, Jeff can laugh now with his he's acting like he's some weed master, licking the blunt and then just rolling it in weed like it's powdered sugar or some shit. He's clearly a noob, and
everyone around him too was like, "What are you doing?" All the real weed heads were concerned.
I'm gaining knowledge, and I'm level 1 weed master. Thank you, chat room. I'm gonna fucking outlevel that dude real quick, fucking quick.
Well, yeah, you're buying fucking quarters at a time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's gonna last me a long time because I'm not smoking all the time, but it's nice to have it every now and then. Nice. I did have. The few times I smoked, oh man, slept like a baby. Ooh. I don't know if it's placebo effect or what. But
that's why I don't smoke weed, is because it just makes me tired in my experience. Like I've never.
Yeah, well,
I know it's because of like the type you have or whatever, but
yeah.
Apparently, the only type I've ever had just made me sleepy.
Well, anytime I smoked in the past, like at a party at someone's house, that's what happened to me. And I still get a little sleepy, but I don't smoke that much, so I'm not getting high where I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of high, and I'm not like super tired or whatever.
I'm just sleepy always. I used to fall asleep at parties. I think you've been at parties where I've fallen asleep. Everything makes me sleepy. I was thinking about I'm supposed to go to a 5K tomorrow, but I think I'd rather just sleep. I think I'm just going to stay home and sleep. I paid for it. I paid money to do it. And it sounds make me sleepy.
We probably, maybe we will have to do a high show one of these times.
We could do a Patreon show beforehand.
We'll have, I don't want to, like, annoy Mike. That's not something cool when you're not high to hang out with high people. It's and not that it's cool to hang out with drunk people, but at least it's a little bit more tolerable, I'd say.
Yeah.
How we do it, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm also kind of concerned. I feel like he's gonna be disappointed in me.
Oh, 100%. And then if I do it, he'll be doubly disappointed.
I'm like looking at Mike like he's my dad, and I feel like he's gonna be disappointed in me.
Hey, he's not. He's a fucking part-timer. He's not here right now.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So, people in the chat, people listening on the podcast, don't tell Mike. Don't tell Mike what you just heard, please.
Yeah, we're actually not even gonna upload this part 1.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be cut out.
This is that secret shit.
Secret show. It's been a long time since there was a secret show.
It has been a while. We're about overdue for a secret show.
Yeah, but it's a secret, so we won't tell you when it's coming.
Everett Gunther, weed kind of made my friend gay. Him and his girlfriend got really high and invited me to watch them fuck when we were camping.
That doesn't make him gay. You watched him.
Yeah.
I think weed made you gay. And weed made him he's not even a cuck. He's not even a cuck in that situation.
No, yeah, his friend's I guess weed made his friend a cuck. Wait,
but no, because he.
Oh yeah, because it's not his girlfriend. Yeah, he's watching his friend fuck his own girl. It's his friend would have to have him fuck his friend's girl. Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you were the cuck.
Yeah,
you were the cuck, and it wasn't even your girlfriend.
Man, cuck city, bro.
Yeah, you're big time cuck.
You better check what strain you had. You better ask your dealer if that was OG or some CBD or if that was what's dabbing? Someone said dabbing in the.
I know that a lot of the people that I know who are really into weed, but not like the type of person that you know. There's like the really into weed that wears weed socks, and then the other people that are.
Are you
just
still
really
friends with that drug master kid that you didn't you you introduced me some when I was into shrooms for a long time?
He's a lawyer now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still talk to him occasionally.
Yeah.
But he's as you had an experience with him, it's very much like that every time I see him. Like he invited me over to play Settlers of Catan once, and I was like, okay, sure, that sounds like a normal thing. And the other person, the fourth person playing with us, was his drug dealer, his Molly dealer.
Oh, nice.
And so I was just like, I'm over this.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been thinking about going back on the dark web to look for some shrooms because I can't find shrooms anywhere, and I haven't done shrooms in a long time. And it's weird. I feel like the acceptance on shrooms is coming up through the roof these days.
Yeah.
People, according to one status I read on Facebook this past week.
I saw someone post about it.
So I feel like it's on the fucking come up.
I think everything that's natural is on the come up. People seem to be turning against the harder chemical stuff and into the nature.
Well, it's funny too. Going back to what I was talking about, there are a lot of like noob ass. I mean, there are like a lot of noob ass tutorials on everything on YouTube, but there are a lot of good noob ass weed tutorials. And reading the comments, I mean, I assume they're real. It's a lot of people being like, I'm an old lady and this helped me so much because, I have weed for like whatever. Like they have medicinal marijuana and they don't know how to do anything. And so it's just this 17-year-old kid like in his basement and he's like, this is what you can do. You got to pack it nice, do this, blah, blah, blah. Here's how you smoke. And I don't know. It's all helpful stuff. It's real shit.
I do that's one time I needed to figure out how to fix like an iPhone and I looked up at YouTube and it was a fucking like 8-year-old kid being like, you can just do this and I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I feel like those comments are probably real because like older people who are sick, man, they're coming about it like they're pushing it for cancer stuff real hard. So old ladies need that shit. The community's doing good. And
I've heard a DMT, and I remember that the drug guru that you hooked me up with. He was talking about DMT when I was trying to ask him about shrooms, and I'm with Everett Gunther in the chat. I'm kind of scared of that.
Wait, did he give you DMT?
No, but he kept trying to he was like the first one that told me about like the dark web before I ever heard, or the deep web or whatever before I ever heard of it. But he kept trying to say like, because I was like, I want to just buy shrooms or whatever, and he kept being like, dude, you got to look at DMT. DMT is what you want to look at.
I thought he was trying to get you to do cactus or whatever.
Yeah, well, that was that too. And then he's like, yeah, or if not DMT, man, you got to look at these cactus, like, and you got to boil it up and do this, make a tea out of it or whatever the fuck.
Fun fact, that was my boyfriend in high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
he was a drug guru for sure.
Yeah, he's about that life. He did like his thesis about how psychedelics help PTSD.
Yeah, I think there's some truth to that, especially with shrooms and stuff. I think it helps with like PTSD or anxiety. I mean, obviously not enough where you're like really tripping the fuck out, but just a little bit. Because I could totally see. I know I sound like a fucking hippie scumbag right now, but not the first time I did shrooms. But when I did shrooms, and I wasn't even doing a ton. Like I would just do like a little under an eighth, and I did it once a month for like 3 or 4 months. And after doing that, my outlook on a lot of things changed. And it definitely changed maybe some of my anger and aggression, I'd say.
See, I'm worried I'd have the opposite effect. I'm scared that I'll do shrooms and go into a really dark place.
Yeah,
because I've heard it's all about the mindset that you're in.
I guess I could see that. And I maybe I was a little afraid of that. But then I feel like I was such a noob thinking that before I did shrooms. I mean, maybe I would think that more for something like acid or like LSD, like shit like that.
Yeah, I read Go Ask Alice.
Because it was shortly after that Mad Men episode where the dude does LSD.
When Roger stands in the window or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I even did. It was the first. I'd never done shrooms before, and I did it by myself. So I did what they did in Mad Men. I wrote like a letter to myself, like, "You're okay. You're on shrooms or whatever." And then I was just like, "What an idiot! What a fucking moron!" I knew all along what was going on. I was just high. But I have had I never did LSD or any of that shit, but I had friends in high school that really, or did acid, and they got really fucked up.
Yeah.
So I could see that's probably a little different. And I know most people, when they do shrooms, it's like they go out in nature or they go to places. I remember when I did it, and when I did it with Gordon Hale, he wanted to like go out and fucking
Hollywood
Lone Mountain
actor
or whatever.
Gordon Hale?
Yeah. He wanted to go out Lone Mountain or whatever, but I'm about just laying down and listening to music. And I feel like I'm more of a pure shrooms head in that effect.
You are a pure shroom head. That's why when people are like, "What's that guy Jim like?" I'm like, "He's a real shroom head."
Because I'm not, even though I understand where they're coming from and what they're trying to do, they want to look at nature and like have more of a feeling when they see it and have it like touch them on the inside. But I feel like I take shrooms and then I go inside my own body and reconcile with myself and go on a journey within. I don't need all this external shit to tell me about who I am. No, I go in and talk to myself inside and tell myself how I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's a good one for you.
Woo. Woo. Yeah, let's just do Patreon drug shows where we just do different drugs.
Yeah, Mike's away. We're just fucking talking drugs big
the
time.
drug circus.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, yeah.
What else does Mike hate? What else can we discuss?
Anyways, enough drug talk.
You drink and drive lately?
Enough drug talk. We missed the going over the announcement last week of the Corey Feldman Autism Live.
Oh. I saw somebody post this and I thought we were going to do it on the show, so I never watched it and then I forgot.
Well, it's good that we didn't watch because now we can watch a little of this announcement, and there's even his telethon happened this week.
Aw, we didn't call in?
Yeah, we didn't fucking get to call in and donate like all our Patreon money to him.
Yeah, no WrestleMania this year.
And
I went to Corey Feldman.
I was skimming through his actual video, and there was this, like at the very beginning, there was some celebrity or whoever that they cut to, and I was like, is that fucking Viper from Full House? And I was like, no way. That's not Viper.
I'm Corey Feldman.
And then I rewound it, and he's
Corey
like,
Feldman.
this is my good friend. We've been friends forever. You've seen him. He's so recognizable.
Did he call him Viper from
Well, he
Full
goes, he most recently reprised his role as Viper on Fuller House. And I was like, no one fucking knows who this guy is.
Wait, was Viper on Fuller House?
Yeah, he
I
came
never
back.
finished season 2.
Yeah, he came back on season 2.
Fuck. Did he get with DJ?
No, he's like an accountant. No, what was he? I don't know. He was still like a loser, but just an old loser now. But let me see. This is when they just did the announcement. This is
These related videos at the bottom are a real trip also.
Hi there, I'm Corey Feldman.
And I'm Courtney Feldman.
Oh, we're doing a
And
high
together,
school
we are
broadcast
going to be
journalism.
hosting Corey's Autism Angels, a very special Facebook Live event that's going to take place on May 24th at noon Pacific Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, it's a very special event, obviously for the most important reason, which is we're raising money for people with autism, for the care and
This is really... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go first.
I was going to say, I did go to school for broadcast journalism. This is like very journalism 202.
Yeah. And they're using it looks like they're using like what's it called? A TriCaster, but they're using like the default, like this is how it comes set up, and they just put their own logo on it.
I feel like they went to a community college and asked, can we use your studio? And they're like, sure.
But also, you know what he's doing here? Like, it's a good thing that he's trying to raise money for a charity, but he's only doing it so you can't make fun of him.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's the only reason why he's doing this. And guess what? Here at Jim and Them, we don't give a fuck what charity you're doing. We're going to make fun of you. It doesn't matter.
treatment of people with autism and ACT is an incredible foundation which has been doing this and giving to the community for years. Well, now we're joining the fight and we're bringing along some of our very special celebrity friends who are going to help out. I just want to give you a few of those celebrity names.
You can see it in her eyes.
Well, yeah, she looks like she's doped up all the time.
Yeah.
And he keeps parading this fucking corpse out next to him, which is like his fourth wife or whatever she is.
Yeah, the main angel.
Yeah, he keeps parading this lady out. She has no charisma. She looks like she's dead Kim Basinger from the Last Dance with Mary Jane video, and she just mumbles here and there. And spoiler alert, I was skimming through the actual telethon. Celebrity friends, we got Viper from Full House. I believe I saw Fred Durst might make an appearance there. Oh. I didn't see any of the other ones. We'll see who else is on there.
Names that we already have confirmed for next Wednesday's telethon. Courtney, why don't you start off?
Okay, well, we have Jeff Timmons.
Jeff Timmons, we have Dave Navarro.
Ooh.
We have Max Burholder. Lita Ford.
Great, Lita Ford, amazing.
I know
Jamie
that
Kennedy, the comedian from Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah. The guy from Malibu's Most Wanted.
I was going to say, I think Jamie Kennedy probably has some other... Well, he's in Scream. Was he in Scary Movie?
Actually, yeah, I don't think he was in Scary
Well,
Movie.
actually, let me look that up.
He's in a Scary Movie, Jim. Get it right.
Yeah, I don't know if he was in Scary Movie. Who is this fucking guy? It's fucking Corey Feldman, dude. This is a point I actually paused it from earlier because they were replaying it. and some band that no one's ever heard of played, and they're playing through Skype, so the audio's awful. But this is when it ends. I just wanted to play it because like this, they throw it back to them in the studio or whatever.
Hey everybody, that was an amazing performance by Amira and the very talented, Brooke. She's the lead singer, and as I said, I've known her for a long time.
Yeah, he's known her for a long time, and he didn't know who she was.
Look at this fucking wife
Yeah.
being like, you fucking moron.
Yeah, I hate
You're
you.
so fucking stupid.
Oh, I hate you. You're supposed to be my stepping stone.
My drugs are wearing off.
Oh man, why didn't I marry? Fuck, who else? Who else could
Why
she have
didn't I
married?
marry the other Corey? He
Yeah.
died. I would have got the life insurance money.
Why didn't I marry Bud from Married with Children?
Why didn't I marry Viper from Full House?
Oh, if I only married the little kid from Roseanne. Roseanne's on the come up.
Yeah, how about that
We're
reboot?
really grateful to everybody, all the celebrities that have joined us today. We've had an incredible list of artists so far. There's a few more big names and big surprises coming up. So please stay with us, and don't forget, we need to take all the donations we can get. So if you're out there and you can give a donation, if you've got
Why does he look
any
like
extra
someone's off
money,
screen
I don't
gonna
care if
mug
it's
him?
$5. I mean, we got pocket change. Somebody came in and handed us an envelope of cash. You know, we can take credit.
And I'll take that. I'll handle the cash. Don't worry about it. I'll get it to the place it needs to go.
Credit cards, we can take PayPal, however you want to do it. We don't care as long as we get the donations. And please believe me,
Send
they
us
are
your
going
Bitcoin,
to people who
your
desperately
Dogecoin.
need this help. They need it for the care and for the education.
Well, and you know why this doesn't work? You know why I don't feel bad about shitting on this guy for... I mean, he's... In the end, yeah, he's doing a good thing. But he has no fucking... Like, he seems so fake about it. Like...
Yeah.
There's no, like, he's not excited and really trying to do it. He's just
He couldn't even remember the girl's name.
He's really phoning it in, and he's really concerned about,
Well, it
like...
is a telethon. Jim.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's really just trying to put the fucking angels on the map with this.
Of a family with autism. You know, it's not a disease, but it is a big inconvenience, and it's a very difficult, challenging thing to get
Yeah,
through life
autism is a big
with these-
inconvenience.
Courtney, I'm going to turn it over to my wife, Courtney, who's going to introduce
Oh, here we go.
one beautiful woman to another. Go ahead.
Well, today we have the lovely Caitlin O'Connor with us, who is a TV host and a model and actress.
Thank
That's
you
right.
so much for having me, you guys.
And I believe we saw you on
Everyone's
2.5
so
Men
fake.
as well. isn't it?
Yeah.
They all look so uncomfortable.
That was
Yeah, and they got, like, the Windows
So,
XP
you were telling me about
Horizon behind them.
Right?
Yeah, well, I've seen you on the red carpet, and I think I follow you on Instagram. So
I think
Oh,
I do.
hey,
I don't know if I do.
Instagram? Follow you.
Yeah, it's at Court and
I swear, I feel like his wife is some really good performance artist because she acts like a goof character in a movie. Like, how is Corey Feldman really how he is in real life, and he has a wife like this that, I don't know.
I mean, not to.
It feels like a bit.
I mean, not to be that. I don't want it to come off this way, but like Donald Trump's married to Melania Trump.
Yeah,
Like these
yeah.
people, these girls exist. The like gold
But
diggers.
I mean, like, how perfect is it that his wife's like this? She's like a Kristen Wiig character, but like a real life Kristen Wiig character.
They're like a Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit.
89. Yeah.
89. I like
There
it.
you go. And mine, by the way, is at CDog22.
Yeah, make
with
sure
a
I plug my
DOWG.
Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? Not to say I'm part of the Dog Bound or anything like that, but my
Bound.
last single was actually with Snoop Dogg.
Look, listen to this fucking idiot.
Good
He's
interview
promoting-
with this lady.
He's promoting his Instagram. He's promoting his single, name dropping Snoop Dogg for himself. This guy does not give a shit about Asperger or autism.
I'm just saying, I watch a lot of trashy reality shows where they do talk show challenges, and he would be eliminated for this because he is not paying any attention to his guest.
And we
cool.
went all the way to number 32 on the
He's
Billboard
still going.
charts
This
with
fucking
Go
guy.
For It.
He
And
won't
that
shut
was,
up.
the
That's so
Snoop Dogg song.
awesome.
So CDOGG22 if you want to find me on Instagram.
So
Are you a
again,
Steelers fan?
my Instagram, for anyone who missed it, let's get on that. And yeah, the guest is going to have to ask him questions about his Instagram now.
Yeah, go ahead and ask me a couple questions. What have you wanted to know about Corey Feldman? I must have plenty of questions. I've been in tons of movies. I don't know if you've seen them. Like Lost Boys. You ever seen Lost Boys? Ask me a question about Lost Boys.
Clearly, you grew up with me. I was a fixture in your life. You must have had questions for me. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Just spit. We're raising money for autism. Just give me all the questions you want.
Maybe you haven't seen the Lost Boys. Go ahead and I'll take a question about Stand By Me. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, the Goonies. You must love the Goonies.
Mouth was autistic.
I'm a music fan. I'm Steel Dan. Steel Dan, yeah. No,
the Steel Dan. Is he making a
Is that
joke?
about Steely Dan?
Yeah, I don't know if he's making a joke or if he's trying to talk about Steely Dan.
I don't think he's making a joke. He's not that funny.
I love. Okay, well, because she asked him if he liked the Steelers.
What is? Yeah, actually, let me take it back a little. What question did she ask him?
Sea Dog 22 with a D-O-double-G. You know what I'm saying?
Why are they laughing?
Not to say I'm part of the Dog Pound or anything like that, but my last single was actually with Snoop
This guy's
Dogg.
like a real life
All the way to
David
number
Brent or
32
Michael
on the
Scott for
Billboard
us
charts
Americans.
With Go For It, and that was
That
the
is so
Snoop Dogg song.
awesome.
So CDOGG 22 if you want to find me on Instagram.
Are you a Steelers fan?
You know what? I'm a music fan. Steel Dan,
parlay.
Steel Dan, yeah.
Oh, it's even worse. That you were right. I was thinking there's no way in hell she could have been asking about the Steelers, and he was making a joke, but he was still saying Steely Dan wrong. He was Steel Dan? Steel Dan? Huh?
Steel Dan.
Anyone? Huh?
Steel Dan. Yeah. What a bad joke. And also, was he like not sure who the Steelers? He acted like he wasn't sure what the Steelers were.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what that
I
is.
like music.
Music?
Because I'm always busy. I'm always working. I just don't have time.
Oh,
for
yeah.
it.
I don't
So
watch
busy.
sports. I know
You don't-
Snoop is such a big football fan.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, but we just kind of.
Hey, what a nice conversation that should be happening off camera.
Sports and the blunts and the girls. And the
What a
food and
nice
all that.
shallow
And
like
my-
conversation you have before you go on, like trying to just get a little comfort with the person, like talking about nothing. Not what you do when they're like, all right, camera's rolling, and to you, Feld Dog, let's do this.
But they were busy listening to that artist, whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, the artist, Amira and Brooke. Yeah, I've been friends with Brooke forever.
thing with the Angels and hey, there you go. But anyway, so tell me, what are you up to these days? What are you working on?
I am hosting the Maxim Hot 100 party, and I'm super excited. That's on June 24th.
Do you think Courtney made it to the Maxim Hot 100 list?
MaximEvents.com if you want to come, or
Who,
just
is
see
she
it on
Courtney?
Instagram.
Who's Courtney?
It's better on
The wife,
Instagram
right?
anyway.
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
but
that
you're
is
telling me
Courtney.
Oh, no,
No.
no, that
about
girl's
tickets
Courtney.
to
What's
have
the
a
wife's
chance to
name?
actually come to the
Brooke?
party?
Is she Brooke?
No, that's whoever was performing.
No, that's right. I don't know what his fucking wife's name is. I forgot.
Well, we'll find out when we read
But,
the Maxim
yeah.
Hot 100
With
list.
Exactly.
you and
Oh,
hang out
yes.
with you.
That is
sounds
the
like
truth.
a pretty good opportunity.
But I'll be
to me.
stuck on the red carpet.
Oh, you will?
I'll be
Oh,
hosting.
Well, then maybe you should just come and
Well, when you're
donate
hosting, you're
and,
not on the red carpet. Is she just? Is
I think she
not?
means like she's just going to be interviewing there.
That's what I mean. Yeah, she's interviewing on the red carpet. She's not hosting the event. I don't think.
I'm going to be at the Super Bowl, and by that I mean I'm going to a tailgate party.
I'm gonna be refereeing the Super Bowl. In my house, we'll have nachos and wings and all kinds of stuff.
you know, maybe you can meet her along the way. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe we'll throw Corey's Angels party and we'll have you come host.
Oh, I would like that.
Something like that.
Let's do
Yeah.
that instead.
Yeah,
That'll be
maybe-
great for your career. Do
She's
it,
a
Courtney.
beautiful girl. It's not a disease. It's a inconvenience. You know, is what I like to say.
I really don't
because
think these
it's
people
very
like.
hard.
I really don't think people like him saying this. He says it
Terrible,
again.
terrible. Yeah, it's like, yeah, this is a real inconvenience that you have this disease. And you're going to have to
deal
move
with.
out.
It's, you know, it's challenging, but it's also very rewarding because at the end of the day, I feel like autistic people are some of the brightest,
I did see this part. I saw some of this part here.
most artistic and creative people I've ever met.
Right, a lot of these
You
kids
know?
have genius IQs. They can play music better than somebody
Exactly.
who's been doing it for 20 years.
Like you, for
Exactly.
example.
I know that's probably a thing, but I don't. They're acting
yeah.
like it's like everyone's Rain
Yeah,
Man
they think everyone
in the
is
movie.
Rain Man.
I don't think that's what you see the autistic person in a film. And yeah, I'm sure there's like a few here and there, but that's not a selling point. That's almost like, well, hey, why am I donating money? They could play the piano, right?
And then on the other hand, you have that kid who can only speak in Disney movie quotes.
Yes.
It's fucking, did you hear about that, by the way?
I think I did hear
Yeah,
about
it's fucking,
that.
It's such a sad story.
But at least he gets to speak in cool movies, right?
Yeah.
Does that go into Marvel as well? Does that count when
Ooh.
Disney buys a new studio? Does it
true.
open up his vocabulary a little
He's
bit?
just started telling people he's his father. He's their father ever since they acquired Star
Oh,
Wars.
nice, Star Wars. Now I can say other words.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Wow! Oh, that means he's hungry.
Makes you 6, 7 years old.
So the thing is, if they have the guidance and they have the proper care, and they can
He's making
funnel
Wookiee
that
noises when he has to go
information and
poop.
that education into creativity, they can like
I
shine,
am
and they
Groot.
can outshine a
All
lot
right.
of us. In fact, so
Oh man, what an annoying kid to have, by the way. All right, we get it. I can't even watch these movies anymore because all I hear is you. Jesus. Beauty and the Beast. All right, here's salt and pepper. Instead of decode it. You know, like when someone has a baby and like they know what they're saying because they're with them all the time?
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the program today we're going to be seeing one of the incredible autistic recipients, I guess you would say, of the donations here, and his performance, because many of the kids that have come through here have actually had a chance to perform and hone their crafts, and even what they do here at this facility is really incredible.
Yeah,
Actually,
I took a
all
tour
of
the
Corey's Angels
facility,
are
and I actually got
autistic.
to see who's performing. I got to see him practice backstage, and he's awesome.
And he's amazing.
He's
right?
amazing.
Yeah, so
Are they talking about Corey, you think? Is this a weird veil? Or are they
No,
talking
I
about
think they're
someone
talking
else?
about Dave Navarro.
wait till you guys see this. Your
The real
minds will
autist.
be blown.
Is there a video of that Disney kid?
I was listening on NPR to
Yeah,
a
I think
story
I've just
about it.
seen the headline. I'll look after.
I
but-
did hear it. I heard him talking, and it's
a lot more celebrity guests coming up.
Is this for the live?
Navarro, Debbie Gibson. The list is kind of endless.
And it might just be that he understands Disney lines.
When we come together,
Oh no.
we're as strong as
Are these just autistic kids singing now?
That one on the end kind of looks like me.
we are superheroes because we're truly strong.
Oh no. What? Why do they do this to me? Why do they do this to me right
I
now?
can't make fun of these innocent autistic kids, Jim.
No, they're not innocent. They know what they did. They're hanging out with Corey Feldman. That's their first mistake.
They just all love the Goonies.
We stand above the crowd, singing our own song. Yes, we all have specialties that make us so unique. And when we come together, we're as strong as we.
A couple of them aren't even singing. They're
well,
standing and nodding like, yeah.
it's like this should happen. Like this should exist as the local fundraiser, and you know
this is
maybe
something you
it's
see on the free cable channel.
yeah, it's on your local access, or it's just in the auditorium at like a school or whatever.
Yeah.
But they got Corey Feldman and for their thing, and this is the best they could do. Just rally up a few autistic kids and have them badly sing about how powerful they are.
Yeah, hang a bed sheet in front of an actual curtain.
We are superheroes because we're truly strong. We stand above the crowd, singing our own song. Yes, we are.
Oh, you know what? You know why I heard about that kid? I think there's a documentary on that kid.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is. Yeah, it's a full movie, life
Oh.
animated. I've been meaning to watch that. I knew it sounded familiar, but I couldn't think of where I heard it from.
Yeah. I heard it on the radio, and I was like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, the movie's called Life Animated. I'll have to check it out. Does Corey come out, or they're on Skype, so they're not
Yeah.
there?
That's right.
Yeah,
wait.
and so we create original musicals that are written by the voices, written by these young people themselves, and sharing what it feels like to be bullied and to actually feel invisible.
Invisible or invincible? What did she say there?
Both. It's like that Clay Aiken song where nobody really knows if he's saying invisible or invincible.
Who's on the line?
Hey, it's I Choach Piss 420 from the chat.
Oh, what's up, dude?
I was just, what's up? I'm a little behind, so I was listening. Are you still on the autism fucking shit right now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good. So I heard from Jason that autism isn't real. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's your astrology expert friend, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
he believes in
right.
astrology, but he
Yeah.
doesn't believe in autism?
So, well, this just in.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, Jeff's autistic friend thinks autism doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's definitely on the spectrum somewhere on there. But yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, tell when people are autistic. Like, you know it when you see it. It's like
Yeah.
pornography.
No, they're just Scorpios, Jeff.
Yeah, they were just Scorpios born on the cusp of a blue moon or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. They're just,
Wouldn't that be the best if like a certain moon just made you retarded?
Oh, Mercury.
Fucking rising Pisces.
Mercury was in retrograde. Now my kid's got Asperger's.
Yeah, hold that baby in for another day. He doesn't come out on the spectrum, on the moon spectrum of autism.
You can't do this to me right now. You can't have this kid. Do you know where Mercury is?
The doctor's time of birth? Oh, he's autistic. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's
Either
ridiculous.
man nor woman.
Yeah, he needs he needs to smarten up, dude.
Yeah. But, I'm so glad that Corey Feldman and his dope teenager wife can raise awareness on autism.
Absolutely.
Just a good thing. But anyways, I'm going to go shoot up. See you later.
All right,
Bye.
see you later, man.
Did you say he was going to go
right.
shoot up?
Yeah, he's gonna go shoot up.
Oh, rest in peace, Jeff. Jeff.
Oh, Jesus, another song. Let me skip ahead.
Side of me.
And apparently they only let that one kid sing.
Yeah. Corey is there.
Oh!
Amazing.
Why is he Skyping from his own event?
Hi, Cody. Nice to meet you.
They couldn't figure out how to hook up the third camera or whatever in the other room. So they're like, what if we just put a phone and Skype in? Hey, that'll work.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm Corey.
Who's the Corey Feldman?
Just curious.
We all did.
So everybody took like a little part, or how did that work? Yeah. What did you write?
I actually was watching them do it. I'm a volunteer.
Okay, so you're writing the part of how the audience.
Oh, she's not autistic. Because they were all like, we all wrote the song, and he's like, oh, well, what part did you write? She's like, well, I'm a volunteer. I'm keeping an eye on them. I didn't write the song. Oh, all right.
There you go. What did you?
As one of the staff members, I was in the class where
Another
we
staff
songwriting
member.
together,
Talk
and
to the
it's
people
a-
on the
it's a
left, Corey.
collaboration.
Those are the autistic
You can
kids.
kind of really
Ideas
tell
of
which ones are which.
brainstorming and heart to heart.
Like the girl who looks really confused and can't keep her hands still. Why'd you talk
Well,
to
let me
her?
tell you, you did an amazing job of doing just that, because as an artist, I have thrown myself out there, and I have, gotten beaten down by the press.
Look, listen
had
to him make it
negative
about
comments
himself.
By haters, things like that. So there are so many.
I understand what it's like to be autistic. I had the haters come at me. They tweeted at me, cyberbullied me. So it was kind of worse what you have to deal with.
It's like living your whole life with a disability.
In my own life, and I'm not challenged with autism, but there's been so
Let's
much.
get that clear.
I'm not one of you. I am not one of you.
I'm a normie, and you're autistic.
I put my shoes on one foot at a time, which is something you can't do.
So even if it's hard for someone like me, imagine for you guys.
I use shoelaces.
Many moments in my own life where I've felt those exact feelings. And I think everybody in the world can relate to that. Everybody has felt invisible at some point. Everybody has felt, like people are looking right through you and that you mean nothing and that you feel like people assume that you have nothing to offer the world just because you're stricken with a disadvantage of
This is
some
the worst
sort.
pep talk.
But I've got news
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
People, you know what? The world might look at you like you're a big piece of shit and that you're never going to get an amount of anything. And that, you know what? This fucking autistic kid can't do anything. This autistic kid's the fucking worst. You know what?
But
They're
you know
right.
what? You you
just
still,
ignore 'em.
You don't even matter. You just put yourself out there. You just sing your song, and hey, you're a hero.
Some days you wake up and you're like, I don't know if I should even live anymore. And you put a bullet in the gun and you put it up to your head and then you just, you get real close. But then you decide, you know what? Someone's bringing me home dinner tonight. I wouldn't want them to have to clean up this mess.
I'm gonna live one more day.
For you guys. You guys know this already. It's not a disadvantage, is it?
No.
It's an advantage. You guys have a step up.
It's an
Still asking
advantage.
with the
See
fucking
things
staff
from a
members.
different
Yeah.
perspective that most people don't even have the first hint of how to open their minds to the things the way you guys see them. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, people don't even
Agree with
understand
that?
that
Yeah.
you can
So,
go
I
to
think
a
that we're
con
all
and
very
not care what
lucky.
anyone thinks about you.
People don't even know the first thing about dressing up like Michael Jackson, and it's not even weird at all. Because you were friends with him, and some say maybe you inspired him. Some say that he even stole the look from you. But hey, you guys understand, right? Mike Steele, what it do, dude?
Oh, hey, everybody.
Dude.
Why is this autistic guy talking about autism?
Don't you love their community center fucking public access show that Corey Feldman was able to put together?
He's like, hey, so do we have any headroom above that banner? It's like, the guy's like, I don't know. Probably not. And we're using an old camera. It doesn't have a viewfinder.
They're Skyping from their own event, by the way.
Yeah, they're Skyping from their own event. Like, they couldn't figure out how to hook up a second camera or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, do you like Kristen Thorson over there?
Oh, yeah, look at her.
That they've shown us today. And I also want to say one other thing. I think there's a musical in the making here. What do you think?
Hey, you know who I think I should exploit next?
Yeah.
The mentally disabled.
Yeah.
I've already exploited young women who have nowhere else to go. Now, the next best thing.
I see a Glee episode here. That show's still on, right?
That show had a retard girl, right? What about an autistic kid?
Who's on the line?
Mike, Jim's been smoking weed. Mike,
dude,
Mike.
Jeff's ratting me out, Mike. I already
Jim's
said
been
how you're going to be
smoking weed and
disappointed in
Chris's
me.
popping pills.
Jim, have you been smoking weed and popping pills?
I haven't been popping pills, no.
Kristen pops pills.
I don't pop pills.
Thorson, have you been popping?
Well, popping this pussy.
Oh, shit.
Pop, pop.
Yeah, us part-timers got to stick together. Keep an eye on these fuckers. Like druggies.
Dude, you're such a narc, bro.
I like that I've created an aura where Jim's like, shut up.
No, I told everyone to be quiet about it.
We said we were going to make it a secret show.
I want to delay. The second I heard Mike walk in, I grabbed my phone.
Jim, what are you
man.
doing with your life, man?
Nah, man, it's legal now, bro. Didn't you hear?
That's not why you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
it's legal.
not why.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, listen to this lie you've told yourself.
Goodbye.
You do what you want.
Later. Dude, it's legal, bro. Check the laws. Check the state laws.
Read the Constitution.
Yeah, I respect state law.
Oh, do you? Is that why you... So what you're really doing is just being a patriot?
I'm a Republican. States' rights. States' rights.
Wow, Jim, you're such a patriot.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of all laws. Whether you agree with them or not.
Help produce or fund that. Let's talk. Let's make the world's first autism musical.
One of these 5 people watching has got to be a producer.
What a fucking despicable human being.
I like how he's in a room with autistic people who will laugh at anything, and he's like, I guess I'm going to have to be the first one to laugh.
I love it. Dude, he really thinks he's got a pitch. Like, he really thinks that some producer's going to watch. And like, make sure I get paid. I came up with the idea.
So, do any of you 11 housewives watching this stream, do you want to give me some money?
Today, these guys are so talented. We thank you all so much for sharing your talent and your abilities with us and the very poetic and important words that you guys chose to sing to us today. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Let's skip ahead. Let's skip ahead.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, thank God I got here.
What is this? Let me take it back a little. Is this an autistic man?
No, Jim, I think it's a normal man.
Is that Feld Dog's dad?
It's one of the Angels' dads.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, he legally has to be there
it's
because she's 17.
His father-in-law.
Such an amazing day so far. We're not done yet, but we are on the final stretch. Hopefully those donations are still coming in. Please give.
We're up
all
to
you can.
$50
We're gonna go
now.
check the tally
He originally had one of
in
those
2 minutes.
thermometers that raises up, and he's like,
But
guys, it's been 3 hours, and we have
this is kind of your
$13.
last chance while
Let's take
we're
that thermometer
live.
out of the
If you
shot.
want to be part of this thing, act now. Act today. Donate now. Go to act-today.org and give generously. And while you're doing so, you get to listen to the incredible R&B smooth sounds of our next guest.
What if this is
Mr.
Brian
Mark
McKnight?
Arthur Miller. And he's got a new album.
It's just some other Brian McKnight.
Soul Searching.
Arthur Miller?
I love that this guy has an album.
I'm glad he decided to dress up for his performance. I'm glad he decided to get his Mr. Rogers outfit for his performance.
Think alike.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what are you going to sing for us today?
It's a sort of an autobiographical song called 87th and King, which is where I was raised in Chicago. And, yeah.
I've been to Chicago. That's actually where I met Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Thanks, Internet. Now anyone can get a CD made on CD Baby and be an R&B singer.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming. Glad to have you. All right.
Well, he's a perfect example that looks Trump talent any day of the week because maybe he's really talented, but we're not going to even give him a fucking chance. This guy could croon out the most beautiful voice, and I'm going to immediately be like, 6 at best.
Need I remind you of a little woman called Susan Boyle?
But this guy just looks like
What if we all start crying?
This guy just looks like your gay uncle.
Yeah, he does. At a karaoke bar. This This is that person that goes to karaoke and sings "Picture" by Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow.
Both parts.
I learned to walk there.
Oh, this guy loves Randy. What's his fucking face?
Randy Quaid?
No, the Toy Story one.
Oh,
Randy Newman.
Randy Johnson. This guy's a 6 at best.
Yeah, he's not good, man. He's not good. Oh, his thing crashed.
It was so bad it crashed the screen.
crashed on him. Oh, no, we were past that.
Ah.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, he's not bad.
But no, he's
a
again,
guy because
like,
he looks like that. I'm not giving him a shot.
No, Kristen kind of nailed it. He's a guy that comes into karaoke and you're like, oh, hey, this guy's pretty good. You're never gonna buy an album from him. You see how this is like 4 hours long? You know, to sit down and watch this whole thing one of these days, right?
Yeah, maybe you'll get high and watch it all, Jim.
God,
you
damn
scumbag!
It. Damn you, Jeff! You see what you did?
Oh, look at him feeling himself.
And they're just playing stuff like a boombox also.
Yeah.
Music played there.
All right, let's skip ahead. I just want to see if
beautiful.
That guy makes it to the audition
like
round
epic.
of American Idol,
So
and Paula says yes.
It's almost
and
more
Randy
beautiful
says yes,
than it was when
but
she
Simon
started.
says no.
Oh, Simon says
but
no.
Speaking of epic, incredible musicians, yes, we had Dawkins earlier. Yes, we had Dave Navarro. Yes, we had Debbie Gibson. But now
no, he didn't. He didn't have all those people, really. He
the
didn't get Dave
thing.
Navarro.
Let me
He
tell
may
you,
have gotten Dave
this
Navarro.
man started it all.
Yeah, he got
including
Viper
one
from
of the
Full House.
founding members
Oh, wow.
or founding beginners, I believe, of a record label. I'll let you tell you more about that. He's also been managing.
I'll let him tell
this
you,
guy does
'cause
everything. He's like
I
an
don't know.
entrepreneur. He is a man of many hats. He's
The
got his
janitor
fingers in
from
everything.
Scrubs. Oh, hey, guys.
He said he's a leading pioneer in so many things, and he's a good friend of mine, and happens to have a song on the new album, and Joe to the Core.
Yeah,
Ladies
see,
and
he
gentlemen,
always
Mr. Fred
pimps his own. Oh, there's Fred
Wow.
Durst.
Oh, whoa!
That was
He's
unbelievable.
always.
Well, you know,
Corey will never miss an opportunity to bring up his own shit.
got some of the details. You know,
Look
I'm
at
working
Fred
here, man.
Durst's
I'm working
gray
here.
beard.
But okay. So
Yeah,
but
Fred
you
Durst
were
is
one
just
of the
an old
founding
man.
members of Interscope, is that right?
He's an old man in a
not
Fred Durst
not a founding
cosplay.
member of Interscope,
Break
but I did
stuff
work,
like a hip.
He's not even in a good Fred Durst cosplay.
Isn't there? Is it on Pokemon or something? Isn't
That
there
was
like
a
a
good joke? Damn it! That took a second. I don't want to. I don't want to let that joke be this fucking forgotten joke. That was fantastic, Thorson.
Isn't there an old man on Pokemon or something like that with a surfboard and a beard and sunglasses? Or who's that guy? Or
Are you
something?
talking about the guy that I dressed up as, Professor? Blaine?
Yeah,
Blaine, the gym
yeah,
leader?
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like him.
I did work in the office at Interscope. Yeah,
Right.
it was they gave me the vice president of A&R.
But you've got an amazing ear for talent.
Then they took it away a week
Yeah,
later.
That's like one of your strongest
Yeah,
things.
that's what
Like,
people always say
I
about Fred
signed.
Durst.
I signed Corey Feldman, and they fired me.
Imagine being Fred Durst though, because you reach the highest highs for like what 2 years maybe.
Yeah.
And then you get the lowest lows.
It's.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I know. I feel worse for Chad Kroger of Nickelback.
Isn't he? Oh wait, he's married to Avril Lavigne. Never mind.
Yeah.
Such a mess.
Just an instinct.
Yeah.
You have it. We have it.
But you're now managing people.
Is he wearing a
isn't that
Bad
right?
Brain shirt?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
pretty
in
cool.
At this new stage where
Man, Fred Durst
Yeah.
is so cool.
He's a young
artists who
man.
can help facilitate.
How old is he?
Things for other artists.
Did he
80?
gray? Did he go? Did he go gray
He's
early,
so
or is he
old.
just way older?
Let's check.
That's right.
Fred
Because I
Durst
almost wonder if he went gray early.
Ruined my great
Making
match
for the
game
artists,
joke,
so-
Mike.
Wouldn't it have been
It's all
great
about
if
that.
we
Oh, wait,
had
wait,
people
ask
like
the
you
question.
and I
No.
that
No, you have to ask
experienced
how old
that
he is.
actually gave a
No,
crap that
that's
could
my
take the
bit.
time to
No,
say,
because I say,
"Hey,
how
guys,
old is
don't
he?"
get screwed.
No, it's too late.
According to
Here's
this,
how you
he's
protect
46
yourself."
years
And
old.
that's
He does
really
not.
what
He
we
look.
do for
He doesn't look a
Yeah.
day
Same
over
thing,
60
you know?
though.
Yeah, he just went gray
Young
really
ladies
early.
Who are talented artists who
He does seem like he'd
you
be like
know,
your
have
cool
probably
neighbor
been
that
shot
doesn't
down
care
in the
that
past,
you're
have
having
probably been
a party
bullied.
while your parents are away.
Yeah.
A lot of times beautiful women are
But what he
bullied
should
just
be
on the merit
shaving
that
his
they're
gray
beautiful,
beard.
And people assume
Yeah,
because
he'd
they're
look
beautiful,
instantly
Yeah.
10 years younger if he
possibly
shaved
have
his
anything
beard.
else to
Yeah,
offer.
but he'd look 10
And
times
we
less
kind of break that
badass.
He doesn't look
stereotype
badass
by
at all,
saying,
though.
Hey, look, these
He looks like a weak
talented
cancer
artists
patient to
are
me.
artists
What?
Regardless of what they look like.
Yeah.
And
I think he
people
looks
should
like
start,
someone
try
who'd go to
open the book, read the pages, don't
post
judge by the
office
cover,
and he
and-
couldn't figure
and
out the
also
machine
it's
on
about protecting
how to
them,
mail a
making sure
letter,
that
and
they
he'd be
make the
like,
right
he'd ask
choices
someone
and they
young
go
like
down the
me,
right
he'd be like,
road
hey,
and
can you
they
help me
don't
out with
get
this
stuck in
machine?
all
And I'd be in a hurry.
hoopla
He
of
looks
the
like a
shady
homeless
business
man
that's
that
out
dug
there.
through like the
It's super
the
shady
garbage
in
at
a
like
lot
a
of areas.
university university.
It's the
So he
Wild
found like a
Wild
Bad
West,
Brain
right?
shirt and like a flannel and
Especially
shit.
with all this,
He's the one that brought them the
Yeah,
spare change in the cup.
You know, artists don't necessarily need the big corporate labels anymore. You know, they can sort of,
As we're proving.
yeah, as you can just do things on your own.
I can think of a
with
couple
someone
better
who just don't
examples.
have the experience or the resources, and it's just helping them, you know, pave their path and keep it a smooth and clean one. But this is pretty amazing what you're doing here, I must
Thank
admit.
you.
This is live on Facebook?
This is live right now.
Right now.
We are
The
live
world is
on
watching you live.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Wow, you're doing what like anyone can do? Wow.
All the kids are using Facebook these days. Can you
Wow.
believe it?
Is this the same Facebook channel where that man murdered a homeless guy the other week?
He does say something at one point like, sorry about the technical difficulties. We were doing something that no one's ever done before. It's like,
Yeah, no one who has 4 friends and wants to like show that they're at Disneyland has ever done this before.
Technology, right?
It's great technology.
So you guys performed?
We performed. We had the
Ah,
Angel
we
Band.
gotta
We
come
did like
back.
a kind of semi-acoustic performance. Dawkins performed. Great acoustic
Dawkins.
performance. I
Cannot
know.
believe I didn't come early enough to see that.
Dude, it was
Oh,
so
he-
good.
Was it
you know
sick?
he planned that
and
on
he just
purpose.
plays,
Yeah.
like,
He
he's
got
playing
someone on
almost
the
like a
inside
Spanish
wins chord
guitar,
performance.
Ah, man, can you believe I missed
Like,
that?
I was just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Really? My fingers could never
That's
move
fire.
that fast.
How long have you known him?
That's
We met
fire,
4 days ago.
Feld
You're kidding.
dog.
No.
And he was like, yeah, I'll
That's
come.
how solid that dude
I get the
is. Let
vibe
me
from
tell
Fred
you, I was
Durst, like you know when
hey,
it's
would
someone
mind
that you
coming
kind
by
of feel
this thing?
bad
He's like,
for,
Oh, yeah.
and you don't like you want to be nice to them because everyone's mean to them, and that's the vibe I get with Fred
Well,
Durst and
but
Corey
Fred
Feldman.
Durst is going to understand that because he's that guy to everyone else.
Yeah.
So he gets to finally be the friend to someone that other people feel bad for.
And
Yeah,
he
he's
for
chilling
charity,
outside.
it's
He's
all
higher
about
than
giving
you
back
are
to
right now,
everyone.
Jim.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. And now he's
Oh,
actually
come on,
gonna be
bro.
helping me
Let's just get
remaster
high,
and,
Mike. Let's just get
release
high,
my
dude.
Let's choach,
25th
bro.
anniversary edition of my first
I like how you're like,
album.
no, I'm turning around on you. Do it.
You know, amazing what things happen. from the
Serendipitous
miracle of giving.
collisions.
That's it. You
You know
know
what I mean? That's
give,
what
He's like, hey, is that one of the
you
songs
give,
on my
and
CD?
you receive. And,
Yeah.
and the
And-
karmic wheel just
Hey,
seems
excuse
to
me,
work
Feldman,
that way.
is your
So
wife
speaking
alive?
of giving and receiving,
Is she just
Fred, I really
a
appreciate
a
you
real
being here
doll?
today.
Yeah, is she a
What-
marionette
you know,
puppet?
What is your take on the whole autism?
All it seems
Do
she
you
could
have
do is
anybody in
pick up
your
a
family
cup.
that's affected? Do you
All
have
right, so we're
anybody
setting up the studio. We want the background to be a big
Yeah,
field with a
actually,
single
I have
tree.
People in my family who've
Jim
been
pointed out it's just the
given
Windows XP
or
background.
labeled
Yeah.
autistic
Yeah, I want the background that
and
most
friends that are
computers default
autistic
to when you buy
with
them.
autism, and actually, I find those people in my family and in my small circle. To
They're
be my
inspiring.
favorite people.
I met a lot of people with autism.
Highly-
They're the people that like
highly
songs of ours other than
intelligent,
Rollin'.
incredibly sensitive,
And break stuff.
As much as autism is something that they're given in their minds, they're aware of it. This is what they have. There's
Oh
a
my
different
God, where are you going, Fred
level.
Durst?
Yo, we got Fred Durst
I
breaking down
just don't
autism?
even see,
Maybe this stream
you
was
know,
worth it.
I don't see anything but beautiful, unbelievable people who are highly tuned in on another plane, another dimension. Like
Yeah,
something
yeah, they are. They're
Oh,
just,
no.
they're like aliens,
And that's
bro.
what I feel like.
I think
feel like
autists are
whenever
just
I'm
aliens.
Talking to an autistic friend,
It's better than
or
calling them
people
an
that I
inconvenience,
meet in
Corey.
passing, you know, a lot of people think that, oh, this is an affliction.
Oh, he's gonna say it
People
again.
are so misconstrued about it. They think it's a disease.
Here it goes.
It's not a disease. These people are enlightened.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
heightened. They
All right,
have,
well, then I shouldn't have to give
you
them
know,
money then, right?
extra
Yeah, why does he
sensory,
keep treating them
you know,
like the
that
X-Men?
we're all given.
Like they're not
in
the
many ways,
X-Men.
I feel they're the blessed ones. And, you know, we're lucky.
They should
in
donate to
many ways
us.
be
Yeah,
their
Jesus.
presence.
They should
If
maybe
we,
pony up on the
as
next album.
Yeah, they're so goddamn
could
great.
open
I
our
wish they'd give me
minds to
some money. They've got
understand
so
that,
much.
Then we might start realizing that, you know, those people who bully people who are autistic are really behind the times. You guys are really lost. In
They're
that
really
because you
retarded.
just can't admit
If you
to
bully an
people
autistic
that
person, you're a
maybe
retard.
You're not as achieved as somebody who's autistic. I mean, I think that's the problem. Because as with any type of bullying, it always comes down to jealousy.
And yeah, but you know he's just talking about when people make fun of him.
Absolutely.
That's all he's talking about is himself.
Yeah.
And even when he's saying how gifted autistic people are saying, he's really means me, Corey Feldman.
He's like, go ahead,
When-
keep calling me autistic because I think it's a gift.
You know, Corey Feldman is really on a whole nother level. And when you bully Corey Feldman, maybe you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Biscuit was spawned because I was bullied so much as a child and growing up and just treated really, really horrible. And
and later in life as well.
West Borland used to get dragged behind pickup trucks by chains
to fight back.
So he just had to join Limp Bizkit.
Half of the audience, a lot of the times, were the bullies. You know, the joke was on them, but it wasn't you know, something that we really tuned into. But I think the people who are bullying
Funny
people,
you say that, because
Yeah.
that's such a big part of what we do with the Angelic to the Tour.
Oh my
You know what I
God!
mean?
Shut
like,
up.
We're out there. Obviously, you know what happened to us after we did the Today Show.
Yeah,
and we got
obviously.
That, like, heinous reaction.
You heard about it. That
from
video went so
media,
viral. It was
which
everywhere.
then drove all of these people who were like watching, who are like the trolls on the internet, you know, even bots, but they all like sent out, I mean, thousands and thousands.
Comedy calls.
That's been a while.
All right.
I like how he's like, everyone on the internet was shitting on him, and he's like, surely half of these must be bots. It can't be all real people, right? No, it's got to be bots. Lots of bots.
That were just hateful and shameful to the point where, like, I was so depressed I couldn't leave the house for 24 hours, and I've been doing this my whole life. But
She's
I've
like, yeah,
never
I hated
seen a
that week. I
wave
like when you
of
leave.
hate and anger to the point where I thought, man, I must have really messed up. You know, obviously I didn't do what
Is that
I
the
thought I
noise
did,
when
'cause
someone
my
donates, and that's why I've only heard it
performance
once?
sucked to get that reaction, and I literally considered just shutting it all down. I was like, maybe I'm done. Maybe that's it for me.
You know what? No more
And then
Angelic
all
to
of
the
a
Core
sudden,
for anyone.
I
Then
got that second win because I started seeing the real people come through, and then tens of thousands of emails and letters.
Yeah,
and
no
didn't get tens of thousands.
No way.
Yeah,
Then
those
my
were the
eyes
bots.
opened,
Yeah,
and I
that's
said, oh,
that
wait,
was.
maybe
He applied to
started-
every
You started getting the love and
MailChimp
support of people
subscription
like
list there was.
Kesha,
Started
Was it
getting
his-
tens of thousands of
all
emails
the
being
people
like,
who
"You
stood
want a
up for
bigger
us and
dick?"
said, "Great, you're
It was just so
artists. Like, do
encouraging
your
that people
artist
cared
thing. Don't
enough
let
to want
people
my dick to
ever
get bigger.
knock you down or keep you. So when we go out and we do a show now, every night that we go out there, we know that there's going to be a percentage of that audience that is coming just so they can talk crap, just so that they can heckle
Yeah,
us,
pretty
so
good
they can shout
percentage,
out rude
dude.
You know what
obscenities,
most
so they can
bands
sit
don't
there
have to
with
worry
their
about?
arms crossed
A
going, "Yeah,
percentage of their
impress me."
audience showing up
Guess
just to
what?
talk crap.
You know,
Don't
they don't have to worry about
Because
people
guess what? They're
ironically
still
coming to
hanging
their
to their
concert.
That's not a thing
They're
that
still
bands have to
keeping
deal
the
with,
tour alive.
Corey.
And at
It's
the
not
end
like
of
you're
the
just
day,
like
we
a
get
one
to
of
kick
many.
their ass, and by the end of the show, they're either leaving or they're in there enjoying themselves.
I turn them.
applauding,
They're
screaming,
loving it.
and having a great time. So I
And then
think it's very
sometimes there's
similar
just
to
those
what you
people that are
described
at the
as
bar
business.
anyway
there's an
because they're
emptiness.
locals.
Or
And they stay.
a lack
All right. Well, there's so much more to watch. We'll probably have to check
Is
in
there?
at another time. Yeah.
Is there, Jim?
Yes. There's so much good
I'd
stuff.
rather watch the Juggalo Avengers some more.
But yeah, we have to. This is still part. We're still on part one, Mike.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
I
just
was
too-
surprised when I got here and it wasn't during the break.
We're too in on some Corey Feld dogs, so we had to just check in on that.
We took a
thank
lot of
God.
time to choach up before the show.
Yeah,
Oh, you
plus
guys
we
were
were
choaching
We were
hard?
choaching really hardcore, big time.
Of course, sounds just like Jim to me. Classic Jim.